Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Vegas. Was there an earthquake?
That sounds like me at about 2 o'clock in the morning.
You know, when he bought these microphone stands, one of the questions I particularly asked John was whether that was actually going to happen with these stands and all the squeaky noises.
Well,
and he said, no problem. They won't make any noise.
I ran out of WD-40.
WD-40, right.
Well, we're off to an inauspicious start here on Vegas Unwrapped, coming to you live from Studio 1A at Vegas Net Radio here in beautiful Las Vegas,
Actually, I
Nevada.
found out today that this is actually, technically, Studio E.
And where did that come from?
Ray?
Oh.
He just screwed up my entire opening.
Do we pay him or does he pay us?
Yeah, really. 702-483.
Who was here first?
4444 is our number. You can Skype us on Vegas Net Radio on Skype because this show is international. I got a Twitter message before we went on the air.
Tweet.
From somebody from Manitoba, Canada.
Very nice.
Who found us on our VANR_LV on Twitter. Wanted to say hello, and I retweeted back, gave him our website. So if you're listening from Manitoba, thank you very much. We appreciate it, along with our many international guests, including folks listening from Chicago. They're international, aren't they?
Well, they're a little cold.
They're a little cold out there.
They are below zero, folks.
Are they? Is that what it is out there
yeah.
now? Oh, boy.
Yeah, I saw the forecast today. It was just brutal.
I bring that up. Frigid. That's right. I bring that
the
up.
Voice you heard.
I bring that up.
And
because
they will rebuild.
I bring that up because the guest that we have coming on after our first break is a good friend of mine and now Vegas Unwrapped, Miss Mary Romano Flinn, originally from Chi-Town. And she'll be here, she is here, obviously, but she'll be talking about some of the things that she does, helping businesses from like geographic areas grow their businesses.
I thought she was coming on to talk about Chicago Med, Chicago Fire, and Chicago PD.
That could be, too. We could get into that, a little baseball, plus that's not all she does. You know, she also has a printing business, which she doesn't really talk a whole lot about.
That's because she's printing money.
Because she's busy doing this other thing with the, as I like to call, in the desert group. So we'll get to more about that. A lot going on. We got Cash's trivia game in the second hour, doing it with Styles coming up, celebrity birthdays, dates in history, and boy, have we got a lot to talk about in the second hour with all the people that have been passing like flies the last couple of days because of cancer. So the list grew again today with another actor. We'll get to that later on. So a lot going on in our show. 2 more shows after this on Thursday nights.
Yeah, I know.
Until we move to Wednesdays starting February 3rd from 5 to 7 p.m.
Why are we moving?
Because I can't keep you guys awake this late. That's why. I'm surprised you're even awake right now blinking.
Well, hey, because I took a nap today.
We're moving from Thursday nights to Wednesday late afternoons.
That's right.
Early evenings.
Hey, 2 hours is 2 hours.
It's all for our East Coast listeners.
Well, of course. And it also helps our BCN show that follows us because they get to move up 2 hours. Nice. So they're happy about that. So some shifts going on. Just check everything out on VegasAllNetRadio.com. Click on the programs tab at the top, and you'll be able to see our shows and listen. I do also want to encourage everybody to check out the tab that says events and notices or events and what is
it's current events.
Current events and stuff, because I wrote a blog yesterday on my blog, bandwidthbanter.net, which, by the way, thank you for sharing, Mary. I saw
40
you
years, yeah.
Yeah, it's mid-70s. The Internet's been around longer than 25 years.
No, it isn't.
It is, too.
No, it isn't.
It absolutely is.
Look it up.
Absolutely
Lawrence,
has.
Lawrence?
When did Apple start? In the mid-70s. And they invented Internet.
Yeah, it wasn't available for us until around 1990, 1991.
No way.
You'll
no
say,
way. I was on the Internet when I was married in 89. And in high school.
You were somewhere.
Right, so
you were
from
somewhere.
89 to 91. Yeah,
he was somewhere.
I don't buy it. I don't buy it.
40
Regardless of that, go to the tab on the I hate when you just do that to me like that. I really, just once, I'd love for you to take information I put out there and be supportive of it. Like when I told you in my car that Nick Saban did win 5 championships, and the first one
that was going to come
was
up
at LSU, and you said,
minutes.
"Oh no, he never won one at LSU. He won one at Florida. Florida. He never. The only time he was in Florida is when he coached Miami."
All right.
Jeez
So
Louise. Anyway,
beginning in February with our new show, we are going to have fact checkers.
that's fine. We'll get Donald Trump in here to check facts.
Yeah.
He's a good one for that.
Yeah, right.
All right. So, any shout-outs?
Okay.
All right, moving right along. Lawrence, how are you tonight?
Hi, I'm fine. Oh, hey.
Yeah, turn the
There's a
mic
microphone
on.
here. Hello, gentlemen and lady. Good to see you again.
How are you?
Things are great.
That's good. That's good. I didn't mean to surprise you and,
No,
and
not at all.
catch you off guard.
Actually, shout out to the fans of St. Louis. I feel bad for
Yeah.
them. They lost a football team.
Yeah.
Yes! It's about damn time the Rams came back to L.A.
I never thought I would feel sorry for the Raiders because they technically have no home right now.
Are they nomads now?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
their lease ran out at the Coliseum. They have an
yeah,
option. They're the third option. They have the Rams going into that new stadium. The Chargers have the next option if they want to do it. If they take the option to go down, go up actually to L.A. to that area, Englewood, then that leaves the Raiders out in the cold.
You know, I get a kick out of these quote L.A. Ram fans. You know, like the L.A. Rams were theirs.
They were. Dude, I was there at the Coliseum.
Should I break it to them gently?
Go ahead.
The L.A. Rams came from Cleveland.
So?
So
I wasn't alive
you
then.
sure were. You sure were.
Well, I sure as hell didn't care about football then.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you know, they're our team. No, they're not.
I bet Deacon Jones cared where he played.
Well, I'm sure he
You
did.
bet she did.
And I know Elizabeth did. I know she's happy that's going back. That
Oh,
they're
yeah.
going back to L.A. So that's a good one there, Lawrence. I mean, the congestion down there is going to be ridiculous. I just can't see how they're going to make that efficient. I mean, you go to that area. You're from that area, right,
Yeah,
Lawrence?
and not only that, is it Englewood they're going to play
I thought
in?
it was Englewood, isn't it? I thought it was the Englewood where the old Hollywood racetrack used
Yes,
to be.
exactly. That's
Yeah.
where Englewood is. And I think
Okay.
for the time being, they'll play in the Coliseum
Right, for the next couple of years.
until the final Coliseum or what arena is going to be
Right.
built.
2019, it's scheduled to open.
So I'm looking forward to that, but at the same time, I feel bad for the fans of St. Louis. I guess it really is a baseball town than a football town.
It is a baseball town. They only had 4 winning seasons in St. Louis in the 21, 22 years that they were out there. So
But football is back in L.A.
football's back in
All
L.A.
right.
Now that leaves the Raiders out in the cold, and I just don't like the sound of the L.A. Chargers.
Are they going to keep the Chargers name?
I would think they would keep the Chargers name. I mean, it's branded, but
I would think so, yeah.
you can't call them the San Diego Chargers up in L.A., can you?
Well, I guess if you have 2 football teams in New Jersey calling New York home,
Well, it's 2 New York teams in New Jersey.
and
But
the Los
that's
Angeles
true.
Angels of Anaheim.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I guess it's possible. But
All right.
but
let me
we'll see.
just mention Chavez Ravine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
They came from Brooklyn.
No. Yeah, hey.
And the
I'll
Giants
have
came
to bring in.
from
I'll
New
have to
York?
bring in a shirt that I've got. I was wearing a T-shirt when I was a little kid that says Brooklyn Dodgers on it.
Okay.
I still got that.
Does it still
Chavez
fit?
Ravine, Dodger Stadium.
Yes.
Yeah. They kicked all those people out of their houses. Eminent domain. Took over the houses, and
That's one of those things that's overlooked by the people and the historians of L.A.
that's correct.
That's right. Dodger Stadium is a great place to play, but again, you're making me feel bad for people who are displaced now. Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
Now, how far is Englewood from L.A.? I don't know the geographic, but I mean, in terms of where the new arena
Less
is going
than
to be
20 miles.
to Chavez Ravine.
Yeah, even though it's less than 20 miles, it sounds like 90 minutes away.
Yeah,
out.
it is.
on
It's
the
a
car,
good
yeah.
hour and a half drive.
Yeah, it's a
I'm
drive.
sure it is. I'm sure it is. Wow. Interesting. Well, good stuff. I mean, there's a lot going on. Of course, another piece of news, which I have in the list later. Speaking of the Rams, but their former first-round draft pick from, it escapes me what year, but Lawrence Phillips out of Nebraska committed suicide 2 days ago in the jail where he allegedly killed his cellmate back in 2015. He was 40 years old. He was drafted by the Rams.
6th overall.
Oh, sixth overall, but in the first round. So another interesting tie to St. Louis with Lawrence Phillips. He won 2 national titles with the Cornhuskers. So interesting stuff going on all around this crazy world. Of course, tonight is another presidential debate, is it not? Who is it, Democratic or Republican?
Republicans.
Yep.
All right, the Libertarians are on tonight.
No, it's the Republicans from
Republicans.
South Carolina. that
They're
do
of
it.
South Carolina.
Yeah.
And of course, here in Las Vegas, at the end of this year, October-ish, we're going to have the final Democratic debate over at the Thomas and Mack.
Yeah.
That'll be the 3rd debate that's been held in Las Vegas. Really kind of pumping up not only our economy with everybody coming in, but I think a stature of where Las Vegas is looked at and the state is looked at within the election process.
Yeah, and
I want to take just a step back. You were talking about everybody dying and everything. I just saw an interesting meme just before we came on the show. Everyone knows who George R.R. Martin is, right?
Who?
Game of Thrones.
I never saw the movies, but okay.
It's a television series and
Okay.
books. It's based on the books that he wrote.
But didn't they also do a movie on Game of Thrones too?
No.
Okay, I'm
No,
sorry.
it's a television series
Okay.
on HBO or something like that. So anyway, I mean, everybody dies all the time.
Right.
I mean, it's like every week somebody's getting killed off.
Right.
So the meme's got a picture of him. Never mind. Let's move on.
Okay.
I can't even share it. It's too soon.
At first, I was thinking worst case scenario. Did George R.R. Martin pass away too?
No.
Okay,
No.
well-
No, it was so far 2016 is sponsored by George
I
R.R.
see.
Martin. So
Well, for the people who don't know, and I don't watch the show myself, but the TV show on HBO, they've caught up to the source material on the books wise.
Okay.
So George Martin has to write more books for this show to base what they're
doing.
writing on. Otherwise, if something unforeseen happens to George, the TV show is going to end, at least without the creative force behind it.
Right.
So, for a moment, I thought, "Oh, did George Martin die? Pity those poor Game of Thrones."
yeah,
fans."
no.
Wow.
They'll
Yeah.
find some hacks to finish it or something. So
Yeah, Michael Bay or someone.
Jeez. So just some interesting tidbits going on around town. Mr. Cash, what are you working on over there, sir?
I'm trying to
look up
still
the
drum up.
answers for
Oh, I did
celebrity
already.
birthdays.
No. I'm still trying to hook some people up to call tonight for our trivia game. See
Uh-huh.
if they can beat us. Well, beat you guys.
I see.
But,
And how's that working so far?
Not too well. Thank
Not
you.
too well. If you want to participate in Mr. Cash's trivia contest in the second hour, you can private message him on Facebook through Ricky Cash and private message him with your phone number so that we can call you. Or, if you want to, you can call us at 8:15 at 702-483-4444.
And if nobody
That
calls
is-
in, let's
that
just
is a way.
randomly call.
We'll just call places.
Different businesses
We have
or
to,
something,
exactly. We
yeah.
have to, like Domino's or
Yeah.
somebody. That's all.
Cami is listening tonight, and Lois and Mike are in Hilton Head
Aha.
on a
Well,
vacation.
but
for
they
the
have
week.
radios there.
I'm sure they're
The phone
listening.
apps work there.
I'm sure they're listening.
Okay.
There you go.
Jenny down in Arizona is online. I'm sure she's listening tonight. By the way, remember Cassius Ware, who used to play for Ole Miss, that it runs the gym down in the Southwest called Dungeons of Discipline? I was trying to get him to do a sports show,
Right.
but he got tied up during the holiday season.
Right.
And I got him to come on our first Wednesday night show. He's going to be coming on. We'll talk SEC football. He's a huge guy. Whatever he wants to talk about is what he could talk about.
That's not the Dungeon Master?
That is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that is. Yeah. His place is called the Dungeon of Discipline.
There you go.
We have a caller on the line. Miss Michelle Roberts is on the line. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing good, thanks.
Go ahead. I think you have someone that probably wants to say hello to you.
Hey, Michelle. Hope you're feeling better.
Hi, thanks, Mary. How are you doing?
I'm fine, darling. We got a Hawks win. We got a Bulls win tonight.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Are you a
I know. I
Seahawks
had to
fan?
watch the Hawks game before I called in. I'm
I
sorry
have a
about
great
that.
bar
you
for
know.
you then.
No, it's not the Seahawks. It's the
It's the
Blackhawks.
Blackhawks.
Blackhawks, yes, it's Chicago.
John, go behind the camera.
Go back and take your nap. Where do you know Michelle from? Is she here local? Is she back in Chicago?
Michelle is one of our business members in
Ah.
Chicagoans in the Desert. She joined with us the first year. She just renewed for her fourth year now.
Nice.
So she is a
Give her a
family
plug.
law attorney. Yeah,
you go.
everybody loves Michelle Roberts. She comes to plenty of our events. And we're very, very proud to promote her and have her be a part of our community.
Excellent. Well, I look forward to meeting Michelle at some of the events because Vegas Unwrapped and Vegas on the Radio through my association with you, Mary. We're part of the New Jersey. It should be coming from Jersey. I'm going to say the New Jersey New Yorkers in the desert, but I know it's New York, New Jersey
Is
in
it
the
with
desert.
two L's, Michelle?
Pardon me?
Michelle has one L in her name.
1L.
Okay, because I'm trying to find her on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm friends with Mary, but it's with 1L, not two.
Okay.
Get it straight.
He's still learning the alphabet. It's okay, Mr. Cash. It's fine. Michelle, thank you for calling in and checking in. We're up against the break. We appreciate it.
Oh, sure, not a problem.
All right.
Thank you.
Enjoy the
Okay,
show.
thanks.
Keep listening. All right. Thank you, Michelle, for calling. That's cool. It's a nice and a great segue to go right into our first break so that when we come back in the other side, we will officially begin talking with Mary and all that she's doing here. And she's got some flyers on the table here about some events she's got going on. She's a very busy person. You're listening to Vegas Unwrapped with Phillips Cash, JPEG, and Lawrence on the board, and you, the listener. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Chicago, Chicago, that toddling town. Chicago, Chicago, I will show you around.
Mary, only for you would we play this song.
Thank you so much.
Officially welcome to Vegas Unwrapped, Mary Romano Flinn. She is the founder of the In the Desert groups, as well as, what's the name of your printing business? I can't remember.
It's just me.
It's just you,
it's
just Mary's printing business.
Mary's printing.
There you go. There you go. Well, about 4 years ago, she created the first group, CHICAGOANS in the Desert. And now you're branching off into another group, which I mentioned before the break. And
Yep.
we'll talk more about that. So let's talk about how long are you here in Vegas overall?
So I've been here 10 years now.
Okay.
And,
She's a local.
She's
yeah,
a local.
I'm a local now.
Yeah, anytime you reach double digits, you're a local.
Yeah, well, not with this accent. So,
That's sure kind of does give you away. What brought you out here?
everybody has a really long story about their journey from home to here, and I'll just keep mine short and sweet. My mom and dad always said they were moving out west, and then they did, and then my older brother followed them because we figured somebody better get out there and watch Dad because he always getting in trouble. So my older brother came, and then I had a nephew that came. I had some cousins who moved cross country, and so now I'm here, and I'm happy to be here.
Cool. That
Thank you.
it's but I heard family in there. And more times than not, that seems to be one of the main reasons a lot of people move here, because there's family that was smart enough already to get out of the snow and the cold.
Absolutely,
And so
and we
let's follow the
follow.
rest of the family. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or you get here first, and then everybody follows you.
There you go.
That's what happened with us.
Or
There you
you
go.
run out of gas money, and this is as far as you could get.
A lot of people come out here on their own. They take jobs out here, and we do have a lot of followers that are here by themselves, and they find our community, and they're like, "Whoa, oh my God, look at all these friends I have." And so you miss home so bad, you just want to be able to sit, watch a game, and talk to other people who are from where you're from. And the next thing I know is I blinked and the community grew.
What do you think about the influx of Chicago-based restaurants that are opening up in Las Vegas seemingly every month or so?
Yeah, everybody wants to hop on the Chicago bandwagon lately, is the way that it seems. But we're all about small businesses. So when you look at Amore Taste of Chicago, and you know that Joey and his family own that business, and we have Tim at Windy City Beefs and Dogs and Windy City Beefs and Pizza. You're supporting small business owners, and so when some of the larger franchises come out here, if they are going to be run by a former Chicagoan, well, we want to wrap our arms around that, but we really stay true to our small business owners, and
Those first two you mentioned are two of my favorites.
thank you. We appreciate you shopping Chicagoan with
And I'm
them.
from New York, so they're going to kill me for that. But Demores is tremendous, and we just had Windy City Dogs this past weekend. It was out of this world.
Yeah.
Really
The
good.
closest thing to New York style, because they're soubrettes, I believe, but my wife and I go in there all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They grill them if you want them grilled, hot sauerkraut,
Chili, man.
Yeah, we
The
like
chili
it.
dogs
Oh,
are
yeah.
tremendous. Chili cheese
good
dogs.
stuff. Now they have two locations, don't they?
Yes,
The one up
Windy
on Lake
City
Mead.
Beefs and Dogs is on Lake Mead, and Windy City Beefs and Pizza is over on Eastern, off of the 215.
Gotcha.
So we're very proud to have Tim and the Windy City family with us. A lot of people don't know, but Omelet House Summerlin is owned by a former Chicagoan, and his name
Really?
is Chef Iggs. Yeah, well, we
Eggs?
call him
Chef
Iggy.
Eggs?
No,
That's
Chef
That's
Iggy.
Ignacio. That's in the Smith's Plaza.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know
so
that well.
when you stop in there, as soon as you walk in, you'll see all of our stuff. Our business members are very good about placing all of our information on their counters, so people know that they're shopping Chicagoan.
Absolutely.
How many members do you have in the Chicago group?
Well, for business members,
No, I mean total. Just for the whole.
I try not to give that.
Chicago in the desert.
I try not to give that information away. However, we do have we have over 1,900 followers on our Facebook page who have liked our page and comment on our posts, and they all make friends with one another.
What is the Facebook page?
It's called Chicagoans in the Desert,
That's what I thought.
Las Vegas.
You can't get the obvious past Mr. Cash. That's for sure. So, actually, when we will kind of digress or progress into the other group here in a second, I already have the first restaurant. If you haven't already approached them, for it, but there's a little Italian mom and pop Italian store right on Cheyenne and Buffalo, by where Cash and I live, called Sabatino's, and they are strictly inside. You walk in, it's all New York, New Jersey teams and sports and whatnot. So that'll be a place we'll have to hit up.
Yep.
Absolutely. I would love to, be able to meet them. And when you say that name, it actually reminds me of the Brandonizio brothers. They own Brando's Sports Bar. And back home on Irving Park, right off of Kenneth, is a very famous Chicago restaurant, and it's called Sabatino's. And I lived down the street from Sabatino's when I was in my 20s, and little did I know that the Brandonizio brothers lived down the street also 20 years ago. And so we didn't know that until I had gone into Brando's and we were sitting down and just kind of talking about our Chicago days. And just to find out that we lived like down the street from each other in the 80s, it's hysterical. And now we're here supporting each other and, building a huge community.
You should have fun building the New York, New Jersey one as well. Like last night, we ate at New York Chinese restaurant on Lake Mead, just off Del Webb, and great place, just tremendous place.
I just don't know though if the owners are actually from New York.
They are.
They are?
Yeah, sure. I talked to him. Oh yeah.
In their language?
Please. I walk in, he says, duck sauce.
Duck sauce. Lobster sauce too?
Lobster sauce, yeah.
Jeez, yeah. So, there's a lot of great people and a lot of great places that, that the New York, New Jersey chapter or group or whatever the terminology you want to use will more than likely give the Chicagoans in the desert a run for their money. Because there's plenty of us out here.
We're looking forward to all that. So, I walk the walk and talk the talk for
Right.
Chicago. It's my passion, and the people from there are my passion. So, I needed to find a business person who was going to walk that walk and talk that talk for New York and New Jersey. And I really think I found an amazing woman who's going to be leading up that branch.
Lisa?
Yes, her name is Lisa Normal. Normally. Sorry,
Right.
Lisa.
Yeah, I met her through one of the networking groups from Long Island originally, yes?
Say it correctly.
Long Island.
Long Island.
Right.
Long Island.
Yeah, there you go.
And she works for, is it Liberty? Liberty Mutual?
Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Right.
Yes,
Very
so
nice.
she'll be heading up that branch
And
for us.
they won't raise your rates even after your first accident.
Well, what I really like about that is Liberty Mutual's logo is of the
The statue.
Statue of Liberty,
Right.
and it was perfect.
Now, and I appreciate that both you and Lisa approached me to participate, and I'm kind of helping behind the scenes with some input, but I'm looking forward to it. It should be a lot of fun to help grow the group and work, hand in hand with fellow East Coasters from Jersey and New York.
Yeah, you guys are going to
Joyzy.
have a
Lot of
good
fun.
time.
Joyzy.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. And I assume as more and more chapters, and you've probably got others earmarked, and we'll talk about that in a second, I'm sure you're going to do joint events and stuff where all the members come down and have fun and do their thing. I know you have the event coming up April 1st. Is that for everybody?
Yes, so a couple of things we have going on. First off, with our Chicks with Attitude, we are actually combining the New York, New Jersey, and the Chicago right now because as the New York, New Jersey starts to grow, we want Lisa to get a feel on how to run her Chicks with Attitude. So that's been a huge success for Chicagoans in the Desert. It's a Midwestern ladies luncheon, and we have a great time. We're making wonderful connections. We have an event. ESPN has made a new movie about our '85 Bears, and they're launching it on Thursday, February 4th. And so we're doing an event at Brando's Sports Bar. We're having a viewing party. We have a bunch of raffle prizes that we're going to be giving out. Brando's is doing some food specials for us. And one of our business members, his name is Victor Cohn.
No relation.
Yes, no relation to you. Sorry.
On the other side.
Yeah. Victor is the owner of Body Illusions, Inc., and he's also, he's born and raised in Chicago. He's a former Cincinnati Bengal. He's a current NFL alumni member. And so Victor's going to be there talking his fitness and, giving people some information on how to get started and motivated. And this man walks into a room, and what a presence! So
Cash and I actually had a chance to meet him very briefly about 2 years ago at an event to benefit Lights for Love, and he was there. He had just moved to town, I think, and he was looking to expand his fitness business. And as a matter of fact, he and I have been communicating a little bit on Facebook. So I don't
Great.
think I'll be able to get down on the 4th, but Cash and I have met Victor in the past.
yeah. So and then that brings us to our April 1st, where our Chicago Cubs will be versing the New York Mets.
New York Mets,
big,
National League champions.
yes. Okay, rub that in.
Oh yeah.
But big league weekend is like number one, running late this year because usually it's the second week of March, and so we have some group tickets. We passed our link along. Just getting a bunch of our official social members and our followers to come out and have a good time with us. And I think about that ticket, and I bought those tickets for $30 each. If we were back home in any of our prospective homes, I could be getting like $500 for each one of those
It would just
tickets.
cost $30 to park your car.
Yeah.
You got that right.
So the website for Chicagoans in the Desert, is that relatively current in terms of member listings and stuff?
Yes.
Okay. You can also go to ChicagoansInTheDesert.com, click on the tab that says Members, and then click on the drop-down menu that says Business Members Directory, and you'll get a full list of, pretty much a full list of all the businesses that are involved in the Chicagoans in the Desert side. And, of course, Vern, I see, is on here from Windy City Air Conditioning,
Oh, yeah, Vern.
Omelet House. Many of the names and places I'm very familiar with just by being around town. So that'll give you an idea as to some of the folks that are on the Chicagoans in the Desert. And as we get the other group going, then we'll see how many of these other businesses we can get up for the New York, New Jersey side.
And that page is also on Facebook.
If you go to the Facebook page, the link is there
Yep,
on the
the
Facebook
New York,
page. That is
New
correct.
York and New Jersey.
So, all right, it's a good place to take a quick break. We come back, we're going to learn more about the new group and possible other targeted groups Mary has in mind, and see what else is going on with In the Desert growth around the valley. You're listening to Vegas Unwrapped. Phillips and Cash and Company coming at you. 702-483-4444 is our studio line. Give us a call. Say hi to Mary. We'll be back right after that. All right, welcome back. I'm just tooling the website, ChicagoansInTheDesert.com. You got all kinds of chamber seals and window clings and T-shirts for sale. Oh, my goodness gracious. All right. So, John?
I have a question.
Sure.
What made you start this? What gave you the idea? What was the impetus behind doing this?
So I would go to the grocery store, and of course I'm always supporting my teams and wearing my colors, and I'd be standing at the deli, and I'd order, "Oh, you must be from Chicago," somebody would say, and I'd be, "Yeah." And the next thing you know is we're hugging, we're exchanging phone numbers, and after the economy hit, I was kind of looking for something different. What can I do to bring us all together? Because supporting each other, whether you're a social member or a business member, is what we're all about.
Right.
And so it was kind of in my head because of my I've been in printing for over 30 years. So, the logo was in my brain. The concept was in my brain. How can I bring these people together? How can I make all of us support each other, hang around together? And the next thing I knew is it just started happening.
Cool.
Yeah. Thank you for asking.
Well, I was curious.
Yeah. Well, what I like about starting the New York, New Jersey is, Chicagoans in the Desert, we're not able to fulfill all the different business categories that we'd like to, because we just don't have those people. So in creating New York, New Jersey, we may find some people out here, we may find some electricians out here, because Chicagoans in the Desert doesn't have one. And so we're going to be able to continually, keep promoting businesses. One business that's going to really have a lot to do with both communities is Capo's Speakeasy. It doesn't matter if you're a gangster from New York or a gangster from New Jersey or a gangster from Chicago. It's cool to go to Capo's.
Well, that was my other question.
Yeah.
Is how many of your members are in the witness protection program,
That's a good one, John.
Well, I can't say, John. I
or
can't say.
how many can't join because they're in the witness protection program?
Well, they have new names, so
They
Yeah, but
protected the
they
innocent.
can't admit that they're from Chicago or New York or New Jersey.
It doesn't matter. If they come to one of our events, they're going to get a hug. That's
There
all there
you
is
go.
to that.
That's all that's important.
All right, so let's talk about the new group, New York, New Jersey in the Desert. Also, you can find them on Facebook under the same name. Spell out New York with the ampersand sign. New Jersey in the Desert is the Facebook page. So let's talk about, obviously, the philosophy behind getting that group started is the same for the Desert group. Kind of talk about where it's at right now and how people can get involved listening for that group.
So where we're starting right now is we're starting on Meetup, and we send out as much information as we can without somebody deleting us because we're blowing up their inbox. We want to work on getting social members coming together, because those social members are going to shop where we ask them to shop at. It just happens that way. So we're starting out on Meetup. We have a Meetup page, and then we also started a Facebook page for New York, New Jersey in the Desert. And so once we start, paying Facebook, which makes me crazy, but I have to pay Facebook. To run our ads and start getting the word out there to social members, possible social members, what we're bringing to the table. So we have about 6 or 7 potential business members that are keeping an eye on us right now. They want to see the potential of growth
Right.
that we're bringing to the table. And then it's just going to mimic everything that we do for Chicago in those 2 areas.
Only it's going to be bigger and better.
Bigger and better is always good.
We're trying to bait her into some sort of Chicago, New York adventure here on Vegas Unwrapped.
Challenge accepted. Yeah.
Well, I'm partial to my pizza, so
Yeah, well, sure.
There's already 17 former East Coasters, as you have them listed here on the Meetup group, that have, joined the Meetup page. So that's a good start.
Yes.
And hopefully the majority of those 17 people, if not all of them, will start spreading the news, so to speak.
they've
And
got friends.
That's right. And we'll get involved in the events you have upcoming, as well as, of course, the ball game on the 1st. Now, what is the cost of joining as a business? And can someone who doesn't have a business but is from Chicago or New York, New Jersey, join the group as well as an individual?
So the business members pay $250 a calendar year, and during that calendar year, we are promoting them. Whether they come to our events or not, people can walk up to our business member table. They can get all the information that they need. I'm always there, of course, at the events to explain or make an introduction or what have you. Our official social members are the people who are really serious about supporting our community. They pay $25 a year. They're going to be included on all of our emails. They're going to get actual face-to-face, one-on-one introductions to the business members. They can also link up to us on LinkedIn. We allow them to use our good name in the community on their resumes and link up with us on LinkedIn. And they're invited to everything that we have to offer. And so their support is extremely necessary to make this successful. So I thank each and every one of them and hug them every time I see them.
Nice job.
It's worth just joining to get a hug from Mary. That's all that there is to it. You know what I'm saying? So that's cool. Now, are there any other groups that you're going to be targeting to expand to more groups?
How about St. Louis fans?
Just have a box of Kleenex ready for them.
Well, my original plan was to launch in Arizona, and that would have worked out fine. But Chicagoans in the Desert grew so much here, and it was taking up so much of my time, and my loyalty is to my customers that I have right now. It's hard for me to travel around, because that means I'm not at their businesses and greeting their people that are, their patrons that are
Right.
coming in. So I've put Arizona on hold and decided to focus on New York and New Jersey. So word is that somebody from Cleveland is trying to reach me. So
So you're talking about going to those locations and starting a group there, or those groups want to start a Cleveland chapter here or Arizona chapter here?
I would like to. My next step, I would like to start a Cleveland chapter here. I'd like to continue to focus on Las Vegas.
And developing those areas here, which makes sense.
Yes.
Unless those areas that people are like Arizona, certainly like Phoenix, Sedona, they have a lot of influx of people from all over. That would make sense if you were to want to expand outside of the Las Vegas area.
That was the original plan.
Gotcha. So you want to find the places where there's influx of people from all over. How about groups from folks from L.A. or Hawaii? I mean,
Too close.
Yeah.
too close?
Yeah.
Too close. They don't know the journey.
Really?
There's a journey that you take. You've seen the picture of the oak tree, and the roots run really, really deep.
Okay.
So that oak tree, when you cut those roots, it's an emotional experience. And, people from so close from LA, that's not an emotional experience.
I mean, it's, I guess, a 4-hour drive
Yeah,
if you
it's-
need to
I
go back
wish-
home is not
I
terrible.
wish I could get home in a 4-hour
Yeah.
drive.
Boston's far enough.
Far enough.
Far enough.
New York, New Jersey group members will not allow Boston at all. But what about Hawaii, though? There's a huge
What about
influx.
Philly?
I mean, are there really a lot of Philadelphia folks here?
Oh, yeah.
Are there?
Oh, yeah. Go to the Eagles bars and
Well, for that matter, you can go to any place where there's any of those bars, I guess,
Yeah,
to get your next
sure.
potentials, right?
So I'm doing my focus right now on the Cubs winning. And
Yeah, I think
thank you for all your suggestions, but this is the year that we've been waiting for all of our life. And my focus is going to be on that. And we're going to have Cubs parties all spring long. So for all my former Chicagoan people out there, make sure you come out to the events, get a hug, get a hot dog, get a pizza, hang out with your friends.
And I'll remind them. I'll remind them of 1969 and of 2015.
Whatever.
Let's go Mets.
And Steve Bartman.
Let's go Mets.
Whatever.
Has Steve Bartman come out of hiding?
I don't know, man.
Or is he
That
still hiding
poor
somewhere?
guy. Could you imagine
I
how
feel
his
bad
mother
for him.
feels? Oh, my
His
God.
mother feels. Oh, my goodness gracious. Well, Mary, we thank you so much for coming in tonight. It was a lot of fun.
You are a blast.
It was last minute, and
really
I appreciate
are.
it.
I
I'm
think
a
it's
blast.
great. You are
Did
great.
you hear that, gentlemen? I'm a
Yep,
blast.
You bet. You are.
You are a blast. Absolutely. We appreciate it. Lots of continued success with the group, and like I said, I'm personally looking forward to the New York, New Jersey group getting its legs under it, and whatever we could do to help Lisa and grow that group when it's ready to rock and roll.
Thank you. We
It'll be a
appreciate
lot
your
of fun.
support, too.
Be a lot of fun to do. All right. Any final thoughts or questions besides the fact that she's great and fun?
Well, just the fact that starting these kind of groups is really great for our community.
Absolutely.
I think it's terrific bringing people together. That's something that we have seen in our experiences in the community, what a close community this is, even though people don't seem to think it is. And this is just another method of bringing people together. I personally love it. I hope to be a big part of that New York, New Jersey group
Thank
as well.
you.
I know 4 people from Chicago that I'm going to forward your information to.
We appreciate your support.
No problem.
There you go.
Yeah, I got
Already.
nothing against people from Chicago.
Okay, thanks, everybody.
All right, with that, we're going to step aside. When we come back on the other side of the break, it's time for Doing It with Styles. Hopefully he's got something prepared this week.
Oh, do I?
And it'll take more than 3 seconds, unlike last week.
Yeah.
We'll be back with
I hope
more
we
right
got
after
enough
this.
time this time.
Start spreading the news.
I had to balance it out, fellas. We played Chicago by Frank Sinatra when Mary was here. Had to play a little New York, New York. So, all right, with that,
No argument from me.
I know.
With that.
With that, it is time now for Doing It with Style.
Yes, it is.
It's time for Doing It with Style.
You've either got or you haven't got style.
If you got it, you stand out a mile. Got or you haven't got class.
All right. And now it is time for JPEG to take it away.
Taking it away. All right. So far, 2016 has kind of sucked.
Yeah.
We've lost some entertainers and some musicians, and so as a result, my Doing It with Styles award today is going to the aging musicians still with us in 2016, and I have a list.
I saw that list go around, yes.
This is a mind blower. This is a mind blower. I'm going to read as much of this as I can in as short a period of time. So we're going to start off with Chuck Berry, 89, Willie Nelson, 82, Jerry Lee Lewis, 80, Tina Turner, 76, Grace Slick, 76, Smokey Robinson, 75, Ringo Starr, 75, Bob Dylan, 74, David Crosby, 74, Paul Simon, 74, Neil Diamond, 74, Brian Wilson, 73, Aretha Franklin, 73, Paul McCartney, 73, Roger Waters, 73, Steve Miller, 72, Barry Manilow, 72, Mick Jagger, 72, Peter Cetera, 71, Rod Stewart, 71. Rod Stewart, 71?
Looks
Holy
good.
crap. Diana Ross, 71. Wow. Boss Skaggs, 71. Jeff Beck, 71. Ray Davies, 71. Carly Simon, 71. Carly Simon, 71. Wow. John Fogerty, 70. Debbie Harry, 70.
Blondie, oh man.
Eric Clapton, 70. Pete Townsend, 70. Pete Townsend is 70.
He's as old as you
You
guys.
believe that shit? Linda Ronstadt, 69. That's a heartbreaker. Barry Gibb, 69. Iggy Pop, 68. Joe Walsh, 68. Carlos Santana is 68. Elton John is 68. Stevie Nicks is 67. And she's still hot. Alice Cooper, 67. Robert Plant, 67. Alan Parsons, 67. Steve Winwood, 67. Bruce Springsteen, 66. Lionel Richie, and this one actually surprised me, 66, because I thought he was a lot older. Peter Gabriel, 65. Billy Squire, 65. Tom Petty, 65. Billy Joel, 65. Peter Frampton, 65. Stevie Wonder, 65. And Roger Hodgson, 65. So, congratulations to the aging musicians still with us in 2016 for Doing It with Styles.
Now, I saw that list on Facebook.
Right.
And when I was looking up some of the names that are on the production sheet, I did a search on Google.
Right.
There's actually a site of who they're predicting the top, and I didn't save it, but you can Google it. The top 20 celebrities that is expected to pass on this year.
Wow.
I will
Crying
tell you
out
who
loud.
the number one person was because I remember it. Bob Barker. He's the number one person on this list. Expected
I thought
to pass.
he was
So
already
did I.
gone.
So did I. But not no. All right, play the out, please.
Thank you for listening to Doing It with Style. Heard exclusively on Vegas Unwrapped.
I can imagine just being one of those musicians that's on that list and seeing his name there and saying, what the hell? You know, that's not right.
Yeah, and then probably the only reason that Bob Barker is still alive is all the years he spent around Barker's beauties.
Yeah.
Kept him young. And, of course, there's always the sordid details of rumors and such. So
Yeah.
I believe we have Do you still have that little soundbite you did to me when I it's gone, long gone. All right. I believe we have a caller on the line from Macomb, Illinois. My dear daughter Radar's on the line. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
What's cooking?
Oh, not too much. Not too much. Just hanging out.
Tell me how cold it is.
It was about 30 degrees earlier today, which is the warmest it's been in 2 weeks.
What's the wind?
Holy
What was the
crap.
wind chill factor?
Probably another 10 degrees, so it's probably feeling like 15 maybe today.
Jeez. That's
yeah,
cold.
that's pretty high recently. So
Yeah, that's a warm snap for you.
exactly, it felt warm today. I was
And
sweating
people
on my way
live
to
in
work.
that crap.
I know.
Right,
First,
people choose to live here.
Yeah, they choose to live there.
well, guess what? You did too for the next 2 years.
I mean, at
Yeah,
least
but
the
after
Russians
2
get
years, I'm
sent
out.
off to Siberia.
That's true. After 2 years, you're out. But she says after the first snowfall, she says, "I can't live in these conditions. I got to move somewhere south." Any snow on
I can't
any
do
snow
it.
on the ground?
Yeah, there's still snow on the ground. It's still melting from the snow last week that I called you about.
Right.
We're supposed to get more snow this upcoming week.
We're supposed to get close to 60 this weekend.
Oh, good. I'm so happy for you.
I know you would be. I know you would be.
Send some of it here.
All right, I'll see what I could do about that.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's put in a little jars.
Yeah, exactly.
FedEx it back there.
Hold it.
Open it up, and the temperature increases 25 degrees in Illinois, and nobody can figure out why.
That's right. That's right.
Exactly.
Hey,
oh, man,
hey,
I love
girl.
it.
I wanted to tell you how proud I was of you, either last week or the week before, with your Friday night Shabbat dinner, and
Oh,
and
thank you,
your
honey.
and your continuing effort to keep that a big part of your life. I was just very, very proud of you.
Thank you. I know that through this semester it's going to become very difficult, first of all, to have like personal time in general, but to even keep Shabbat, and so it's going to be something that I need to focus on. But it's going to be something I think is going to be good for me. And being in Macomb, where there's no Judaism for miles,
The closest shul is an hour and a half away in Iowa. Jeez.
Yeah, so it's going to be good for me and important for who I am. So
Good. Keep up the good work. You've got 100% support from your neighbors down the street.
thank you. Thank you. It means a lot to me.
Okay.
Hey, did your box come today?
No, my box did not come today. Hopefully it comes tomorrow.
It should be. If you don't get it tomorrow, let me know. It should be there tomorrow.
Okay, I will double check tomorrow, but I had nothing by the end of the workday today.
Okay, be prepared. It's a pretty heavy box. I have no idea what your mom put in there.
Oh gosh, that scares me a little bit.
It was heavy when I.
Perhaps your sister's in the box.
Well, if so, she had to have been chopped up because it was a pretty small box we sent.
Maybe
That's
it's the dog.
I was just going to say,
That's true. It could be Anna. She
if
just-
it's barking, open it immediately.
If you see a couple of holes at the top of the box, it's for breathing purposes. So what are you doing now? It's closing in on 10 o'clock your time?
Yeah, it is. It's almost 10 o'clock, past my bedtime. I actually just had a good group of my staff here in my apartment hanging out,
Okay.
spending some time together. So I kicked them out about 10 minutes ago because it's almost my bedtime. So,
There you
yeah,
go.
we've just been hanging out. They don't have any other responsibilities right now. I don't have any other responsibilities. So it's good to
Just
create
hang.
relationships outside
Good.
of the work and stuff like that. So,
Very good.
Also
just
wanted to
doing that.
congratulate you on your A's.
yeah.
That was pretty.
4.0.
That was
Thank
pretty
you.
impressive.
Yeah, all A's in her first semester of grad school.
Very nice.
That's good.
Yeah, I
Good
was
job.
surprised. I was very surprised.
All right, kiddo, we're up against the break, so I'm going to let you go. And
All right, love you
just,
guys.
I love you too. We'll talk to you over the weekend.
Take care, sweetie.
Bye.
Great.
All right.
Night, guys.
We have another caller on the line, and that is Ruth. Hi, Ruth. Welcome to Vegas Unwrapped.
Ruth.
Hey, I just wanted to give a shout out to Mary. I am a social member of Chicagoans in the Desert,
Okay.
and my name is Ruth Furman. I do PR.
I know Ruth
And
Furman. Ruth Furman knows Aaron Phillips.
I do know Erin.
Yes.
And I just wanted to give Mary a quick shout out. I'm sorry I'm calling a little late, but she's amazing, and she's really created a nice sense of community with the fellow Chicagoans. She invites us to attend events together. She puts on some really great events. She's just fabulous.
Did
Well-
we treat her well enough, Ruth, or did we give her a hard time, given that both Aaron and I are New York, New Jersey people?
Well, she's expanding. No, you guys were good, and I was multitasking and listening while I was watching the presidential debate. So, but both very entertaining. So, yeah, you guys were good.
Well, Ruth, we thank you so much for calling in and supporting Mary, and she'll be able to hear this on the playback when the audio archive goes up on their site.
Okay, and Chicagoans and New Yorkers get along. My husband's from New York, and I moved here from Chicago.
Oh,
we
there you
get
go.
along.
We can make it
guys.
happen.
Okay, bye.
Thank you, Ruth. We appreciate it.
Take care.
All right, we're up against the national 5-minute break, as Mr. Cash likes to call it. So
I love it.
when we are back on the other side, we'll do some celebrity birthdays, dates in history, trivia questions and contests, and banter and all sorts of other stuff that we're surprised people are willing to pay for. You listen to Vegas Unwrapped with Phillips and Cash, JPEG and Lawrence. We'll see you on the other side of the hour. All right, welcome back to the beginning of hour number 2 here on Vegas Unwrapped. We want to thank you for listening in. A special shout out to everybody listening on podcast or watching us on YouTube. As always, you can catch us on our downloadable app, Vegas All Net Radio. You can tune in on TuneIn. We're also up on iTunes. Where else are we at? I don't know. We're all over the place.
All over the place.
Yeah, so wherever's convenient for you, check it out. All right, it is time for some celebrity birthdays. If you are celebrating birthday today, January 14th, we want to wish you a happy birthday from all of us here at Vegas Unwrapped. And you are celebrating a birthday with these people. All righty, here we go, guys. Lawrence, you in on this one? You want to keep the scorecard over there if you don't mind?
Oh, sure. Fire away.
Fire away. All right, here you go. Actor Grant Gustin. He plays The Flash on the current series on CW.
27.
27.
26.
26.
29.
JPEG gets his first point. 26 is the correct answer.
Woo.
TV actor and rapper LL Cool J. NCISLA is the current show that he is on. Is turning how old?
47.
47.
44.
51.
44. 51. 48, however, would be the correct answer. TV actor Jason Bateman is turning how old?
46.
46.
51.
51.
43.
47 would be the correct answer. Jazz singer Jack Jones is turning how old? And I didn't hear him on your list.
Wait. You said jazz singer?
That's what they say here, but he's
Jack
more than
Jones
jazz.
is a jazz singer?
That's what's listed here, but he does more than, of course, just... Anyway, Jack Jones.
Jack Jones.
71.
71.
70.
70.
73.
78 would be the correct answer.
Whoa. Wait, he's not on the list.
That's what I said. I didn't hear him on the list. Absolutely. Movie actor, best known as Apollo Creed, Mr. Carl Weathers, is how old?
58.
58.
56.
59.
68 would be the correct answer for Carl Weathers.
You know what they say.
What do they say?
I'm not going to do it.
I'm
I'll
afraid
get
to
thrown
ask.
off the air.
Movie actress Emily Watson is turning how old?
I'm sorry, did you say Emily Watson?
That is what I said.
44.
44.
41.
41.
39.
49 would be the correct answer.
Son of a bitch.
Movie actress Faye Dunaway.
Is she still alive?
She is still alive. This is not a 2-point question.
73.
73.
79.
79.
75.
75 would be the correct answer, Mr. Cash. Very good.
Nailed it.
TV actress Holland Taylor is turning how old?
Who is she?
Emmy Award-winning actress who became known for her work on Private Practice. She also played Evelyn Harper on 2.5 Men and appeared in the 2001 comedy Legally Blonde and the 2002 film Spy Kids 2.
Age 69.
69.
71.
71.
70.
73 would be the correct answer.
I'm going the wrong direction.
Football player Hakeem Nicks is turning how old?
Who does he play for?
Well, I think he re-signed with the Giants towards the end of this year, but he left the Giants, went to the Colts.
34.
34.
Too old.
29.
29.
I like that. 30.
28 would be the correct answer.
Doesn't
Lawrence,
that piss
you're
you
all
off?
around it today, man.
Horseshoes and hand grenades.
There you go.
Any points for getting close?
No.
And H-bombs.
And H-bombs, exactly. All right, wrestling legend Jim Hacksaw Duggan is turning how old? The man who used to carry a 2x4 and supported the American flag with a "oh" during the WW Attitude Era of the 80s. and
61.
90s. 61.
66.
63.
63, 66, but 62 is the correct answer. Lawrence, man, you're all over it. You're all over it, just off just a little bit. All right. TV actress Kerry Green. She played Andy Carmichael in the film The Goonies with Sean Astin. And she's a Jersey. She's from Fort Lee, New Jersey.
Jersey girl.
Jersey girl.
42.
42.
52.
52.
63.
49 would be the correct answer. 2-point question. TV actor Guy Williams.
Oh, wow.
Late television veteran who is
Zorro.
immortalized with roles on Zorro and Lost in Space.
79.
79.
Wow. Zorro's 60s, man.
You're giving me the year that he died, right? It's a 2-point question.
Oh,
What year did he die?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said how old is he?
I said it, yeah, but I also said it's a 2-point
1994.
question. 1994.
97.
97.
1991.
1989, and just for record keeping, he was 65 when he passed.
Wow.
Young man.
Football player Vincent Jackson is turning how old?
What team does he play for?
Vincent Jackson, I think, now plays for Tampa Bay.
Can you use it in a sentence?
What's the country of origin? Age 27.
27.
31.
29.
31, 29. However, 33 would be the correct answer. Yes, he is currently on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers roster. 2-point question. What year did Albert Schweitzer pass away?
Ooh. 1966.
1966.
1958.
58.
1970.
1965 would be the right answer. Lawrence should be kicking your ass all the way across town. He's just missing him by 1 year. Yeah. News anchor Shepard Smith. CNN, right? I think he's on
Fox
CNN.
News, I think.
Fox News. Yeah. Shepard Smith is how old?
54.
54.
53.
53.
50.
No, you should have said 55 because he's all around it, man.
Should have said 52, though. You would have gotten it right.
Can you imagine?
All right, last question. What year? 2-point question. This could, Lawrence, you get this right. That catapults you into the lead, right?
Oh, yes.
Because Ricky got one also.
I got one.
And John got one. So you get this. You blow right past him.
All right.
Here we
hit me
go.
with it.
What year? This is a 2-point question. Did Andy Rooney from 60 Minutes fame pass away?
2011.
Don't even bother. He just got it.
Yay!
2 points to Lawrence. 2011. Right on the button, and he snatches victory away from defeat from you guys. Once again, happy birthday. If you're celebrating today, we want to wish you happy birthday from all of us here at Vegas Unwrapped.
I have one to add to that.
Go ahead.
And this could fit into your trivia, okay? Mm-hmm. What happened on this date in 1942?
I wasn't born, so I have a handicap.
This is
January 14th, 1942.
Japanese troops landed oil center at Balikpapan in Borneo.
Nope.
That's what it says on my dates in history list.
Yeah, well, they lied.
1942. I'd say the
I'll give you a hint if you
My
want.
father was born in
Japanese took over the Philippine Islands.
Nope. I'll give you a hint. George Takei.
was born.
Nope. January 14th, 1942 was when the Japanese were we were beginning to intern them in the internment camps.
Oh, wow. That's the basis of his play, isn't it?
Yeah. Allegiance, yeah.
Right. Very cool.
That's why I
Interesting.
used him as a hint.
Well, yes. Well, to me, he'll always be Sulu.
Wait. Just because you weren't born then, you should still know a little bit about history.
Okay. I have a little bit.
Otherwise, you will be forced to relive it.
Oh, you just got deep on this, didn't you?
I don't
Very
want to.
profound.
I don't want to relive history. All right, it's time for dates in history.
Let's do that.
Let's do that. All right, Mr. Cash.
I have one.
All
What
right.
happened on
Here we go.
January 14, 1942?
English King Henry III marries Eleonora of Provence. What year did that marriage take place, Mr. Cash?
Henry III.
Henry III, I am. Well, that was the 8th.
1519.
No, I'm sorry, you missed that one by about 300 years.
1266.
1236 would be the right answer. What year did the clarinet get invented in Nuremberg, Germany? The clarinet.
1210.
What, PM? 1690 would be the right answer. What year did Massachusetts holds Day of Fasting for wrongly persecuting witches?
1744.
I'm going to go 1688.
1699.
Wow. Right in the middle.
He was right in the ballpark there. What year did King of Naples flee before advancing French armies?
Oh, man.
Thursday.
No.
We have a
Okay, all right.
Thursday every week.
No, think Borgias.
Now you'll have to change that to Wednesday, starting in February.
Borgia was the Pope.
1585.
You gonna take a shot?
1597.
1799.
There you go.
All right.
1800.
Celluloid was registered as a trademark. In what year?
That's when they started doing breast implants. 1961.
1919.
1873.
No shit, that early?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Let's
Because that
see.
was film.
That's right. That would have been ahead of Kodak and
Yeah.
everybody up in upstate New York.
Yeah.
Great. Let's see. What year did horse racing legend Eddie Arcaro win his first race?
Oh, man.
I have no clue.
1928.
You want a second guess?
1938.
You want a second guess?
No.
Third guess? 1932 would be the correct answer.
I was going to say that.
20, I was 4 years off. I thought I was a century off.
See, that's how you just interpreted my response to a second guess. Here we go. What year did the Today Show premiere with Dave Garroway
Oh, man.
and Jack Lasculi, if I'm pronouncing that right, on
1952.
NBC TV? 1952 is the correct answer. Way to go. That's it.
I
Let's
remember
see.
that.
You were 4 years old.
So?
What year did George C. Wallace, sworn in as governor of
Actually, I
Alabama,
was 5.
in his address states, quote, segregation now, segregation tomorrow, segregation forever. What year was that?
1962.
That's what I was going to say, so I'll say 63.
63 would be the correct answer.
He was elected in 62.
Here's
Yeah, I thought it was part of his inaugural speech.
It was.
I mean, one of his campaign speeches. So anyway,
No, it was his,
moving right along.
inaugural.
What year did David Bowie release his first record, Can't Help Thinking About Me?
Oh man.
In light of his passing, I think that's an apropos question.
1969.
73.
66 would be the correct answer.
Wow.
Yeah. Sonny and Cher released The Beat Goes On in what year?
1968.
1970.
1967 would be the correct answer. Let's see. All right, here we go. Here is a softball for you. Super Bowl VII. Miami Dolphins beat the Washington Redskins 14-7 in L.A. What year?
$1972.
What year did the Dolphins go undefeated?
1972.
Sure?
Pretty sure.
1973. That's okay. That's all right. Let's see. Last one. I'm going to go right to the top of the list. What year did American rock climbers Tommy Caldwell and Kevin Jorgensen become the first to successfully free climb the Dawn Wall face of El Capitan in Yosemite National Park? A climb that was 3,000 feet.
1958.
1968.
The men started the climb on December 27th, 2014, and finished in 2015. And mercifully, that does it for dates in history here on Vegas Unwrapped. All right, we come back on the other side. It's time to play Mr. Cash's trivia questions of the day. Do we have any callers to call?
Nope.
Not this week?
Nope.
All right, we'll have to do something different next week.
Yep.
We can make up something different this segment if you don't want to do it.
No, I want to do it.
Okay.
I mean, if you guys want to play.
All right. We'll be back right after this. All right, welcome back. Mr. Cash.
All right.
Take it away.
All right, you guys get, we'll do 3 today, and we'll see who's got the best deal. Number 1, how much did the first mobile phone cost when it was released in 1983? $999, $39.95, that's $3,000, $6,479, and $12,199. First mobile phone.
$999.
$39.99.
I'll go high. What was the highest one?
12,000 something.
12 grand.
12 grand. All right, and the answer is $3,995. Motorola FCC approved the 8000X. Wow. It recharge took 10 hours, 30 minutes of talk time. And it was big, man. It was called the Brick.
The Brick, yeah.
The Brick.
Who got that one?
John.
Okay.
John. Nice going, John.
Woohoo!
Think you're smart.
No, I just got a nap.
Oh, you've been looking over my shoulder here? All right, here comes the second one. And this one's really tough, guys, so I hope you're ready for this. All right, Mr. Phillips. Think you got the goods?
We'll find out.
All right, here we go. Well, here we go. How many bathrooms are there in the White House? 10, 19, 35, 77.
35.
77.
Oh, I'll go with answer C, whatever that was.
That was 35.
35.
And the winner is... Do we have an ups and downs? We do. According to the White House webpage, there are 35
Oh, wait a second.
bathrooms, none of which are public. It also has 132 rooms,
You and me. Lawrence.
412 doors, 147 windows, 28 fireplaces, 8 staircases, and 3 elevators. It also includes a tennis court, jogging track, movie theater, bowling lane, and swimming pool. All right?
Who was the president that installed the bowling alley?
Oh, wow.
That's a good question. Was it Kennedy?
No. I think it was before Kennedy.
Really?
FDR, maybe?
Well, he can walk.
I thought it was-
doubt
no.
that.
No.
Ike.
Oops.
Might have been Ike.
I think it was Ike.
Yeah, but it was before Kennedy.
I was going to say it was Jimmy Carter so Billy could have a place
So he had
to
someplace
hang
to work.
out. Remember Billy Beer?
Yeah, absolutely.
God.
All right, here's one. The highest IQ of a president of the United States.
44.
John Adams, John Quincy Adams, Thomas Jefferson, Bill Clinton.
Jefferson.
Two-part question.
Oh.
Two-part question. Who was the president? What was the IQ?
I guess Jefferson, and I'll say 116.
16?
116. 116.
Because it's too stupid to be true,
Clinton
I'm going to say Clinton.
at 121.
I was going to say 125. You right on at 121?
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
sir?
that. Yeah.
Oh,
no,
okay.
no, I'm sorry.
It's
no.
John Quincy Adams
All right.
at 162.
Wow.
He was considered a genius. Clinton was fourth, by the
Then
way.
why did he take the office? Yeah.
Exactly.
Clinton was what?
He was fourth on the list.
Fourth on that
of those
list.
four.
All right, here comes
Well, he
last,
married the other way.
last one. All right.
Dropped him 10 points there.
He dropped a couple other things, too. All right, here we go. This one I had a lot of trouble with. What was George Washington's annual salary when he was president of the United States? Was it 600, 5,000, 10,000, 25,000?
You said annually?
Annually.
What was the second one?
$5,000.
I'm going to say $5,000.
600.
25,000.
25,000 then was pretty cool.
Well, Aaron
no
took my
shit.
answer,
That
so I
was a
want
lot of
to
money.
just.
Well, you can say the same answer and get a point.
Oh, well.
The first United States Congress voted to pay George Washington a salary of $25,000 a year,
Good for him.
valued at $340,000 in today's dollars.
Yeah, that was a shitload of money.
Yeah, not too many people guess that. Only 18%. All right, so that's it for
And
all those.
still, all he could
that's
afford
it
was
for-
wooden teeth.
Yeah, well, poor
That's
George.
not true. you
Poor
know.
George. He caught a lot. He caught a lot of crap for the wooden teeth.
Yes, he did. He chopped down the cherry tree, too.
Yep.
All right. Since we still have time here, the list of
That's why I was doing that.
2016 Oscar nominations came out earlier today. And I'm only going to touch on the major categories: Best Picture, Actor, Actress, and Supporting, and get your thoughts on that. I know, Mr. Cash, you are the movie bug. There's a couple on this list that surprised me just because of the genre that it is, and I'm surprised. But here we go. Here's a list of movies: The Big Short, Bridge of Spies, Brooklyn, Mad Max: Fury Road, The Martian, The Revenant, Room, and Spotlight. Your thoughts?
I didn't see them all.
Which ones did you see?
Mad Max.
No, I didn't see Mad Max. I didn't see any of them.
Okay.
I actually saw the movie Room with Brie Larson.
Okay.
It was pretty good, actually. I don't know if it'd be a contender for Best Picture, but Brie Larson also got a nomination for Best Actress, so justified
did.
for her as well. Yes, that was a good movie.
The popular choice is The Revenant.
Revenant.
Yeah, that one.
Right. Because it got the Golden Globe.
Yeah, and so did The
And so
Martian.
did DiCaprio.
Yeah, and
Right.
because although I don't see how they could have made that a comedy or musical. The
What,
Martian.
The Martian?
Yeah.
That movie was hilarious.
Nice one.
All right, Best Actor nominations: Bryan Cranston for Trumbo, Matt Damon for The Martian, Leonardo DiCaprio for The Revenant, Michael Fassbender as Steve Jobs, and Eddie Redmayne, The Danish Girl.
I think it's going to be a toss-up between
DiCaprio.
Leonardo DiCaprio and
Eddie Redmayne.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eddie Redmayne won the Academy Award last year.
He did, yes.
Yeah.
For which movie?
The Theory of Oh, was it a trivia question?
No.
The Theory of Everything.
Theory
when
of
he played-
Everything.
Oh, that's right. When
Yeah.
yes. Okay. Best Actress: Kate Blanchett for Carol, Brie Larson for Room, Jennifer Lawrence for Joy, Charlotte Rampling, 45 Years, and Saoirse Ronan for Brooklyn.
Jennifer Lawrence won the Golden Globe, but I don't think she's going to win the Oscar. I don't think the performance was all that
I don't
hot.
either. I think Kate Blanchett will probably.
I do too.
Or Brie Larson. It's going to be between those two.
I'm
Okay.
actually going to go see that movie Brooklyn this weekend, so I can report next week.
Okay.
Good.
Good.
Yes, I wanted to know what that one's
All
about.
right.
I other than the Revenant, Steve Jobs, of course, I know. The Martian, I know. I don't know what The Room. You saw Joy and absolutely hated it.
Yeah.
45 Years. I don't know what any of these movies are about, and maybe it's because I pass over all the commercials when I watch my shows on DVR. But boy, I don't know any of these movies. I mean, it's crazy. All right, Best Supporting Actor: Christian Bale for The Big Short, Tom Hardy for The Revenant, Mark Ruffalo, Spotlight, Mark Rylance, Bridge of Spies, and the man who won the Golden Globe Sylvester Stallone for Creed.
I think that was his moment of glory,
Yeah.
the Golden Globe, because I think the Big Short. I think
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale's going to win that.
I think from what I've heard, everyone that's gone to see The Big Short has walked out of that theater really pissed off.
What's it about?
It's about us getting fucked
by the government.
by the government.
Oh,
well,
okay.
by money in politics.
Money in
Okay.
politics.
And
But
you
great
know,
cast. I mean,
Yeah.
when you think about it, Matt
excellent.
Damon.
Yep. Great cast.
Steve Carell in that one.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt too. Yeah.
Brad Pitt. Was it Brad Pitt or was it no?
I
it
think
was
Brad-
Matt Damon.
I think Brad Pitt is also in the film.
Matt Damon's at The Martian.
Yeah. Well, maybe it wasn't Matt Damon then.
All right, Best Supporting Actress, Jennifer Jason Leigh for The Hateful Eight. Rooney Mara for Carol, Rachel McAdams for Spotlight, Alicia Vikander, The Danish Girl, and Kate Winslet for Steve Jobs.
I'm a big Rachel McAdams fan, but
Yeah.
I didn't see Spotlight.
Okay. Anybody see any of the other movies that they'd care to comment on?
Nope.
Okay.
But I think that Jennifer Jason Leigh will have a good shot at it just from the clips that I've seen of her in The Hateful Eight.
You know, Cash and I always get into this argument every year around this stuff. I find it amazing that, and of course we don't know who's going to win, so we don't know if it's going to be a landslide for any one particular movie or not. But I'm always amazed when a picture wins for Best Picture, but it doesn't win for Best Actor,
Or Best Director.
Best Actress, Best Director.
That one's the killer.
What
Yeah.
makes a movie great, and you don't have the actors or actresses or director behind that movie win the Oscar? How is that possible?
It's nuts. The Hateful Eight is nominated for Best Picture, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right.
Just the one nomination for supporting actress.
Ah.
Well, at least in the categories that
Right on.
I've just read.
But that would be typical.
I mean,
if
I-
that was nominated, and Quentin Tarantino would not be. You know, I mean, that's
Yeah, well,
that's-
here's the best director, so I'll go down the list as long as we're talking about it. Adam McKay for The Big Short, George Miller, Mad Max, Alejandro Gonzalez Inarritu for The Revenant, Lenny Abramson for Room, and Tom McCarthy for Spotlight. So at least all those directors and their movies are in for Best Movie, but if movie X wins and director Y wins, how can you have a Best Movie without the right director?
It's
I
crazy.
don't understand. And even for that matter, I'll take it a step further.
Yeah.
There's Best Actor and Actress. I mean, what makes a movie great
Okay.
that it's going to win the Best Movie?
Sometimes it's
I'll
an
give it to you.
ensemble cast, but still,
Here's the answer, right? You can be the best director out there, but if your editor fucks up your film, there you go.
But a director has final
You
say
can
on
be
the
a-
edits.
Nah,
Yeah,
not
the director-
necessarily.
well, I would
not
think-
necessarily.
If I was directing a movie, I certainly would.
Why do you think they have director's cuts?
I understand that, but
Because the producers are the ones that normally have more of a say in how the movie gets cut, or
All right.
executive producer. Or
So here's
some
your
shit
best
like
film editing list.
Okay.
Okay. The Big Short, Mad Max Fury Road, The Revenant, Spotlight, Star Wars, The Force Awakens. Two or three of those movies, they're based on what you just said,
that. Yep.
are up for Best Editing, but they're not up for Best Picture. It doesn't make sense.
On that note,
I mean, it's just crazy how they just don't align. Anyway,
Oh, wait! I can do a great job of editing a shitty radio show.
that's
So,
true, but we're not
right?
going to win any awards for it.
No, I know that.
So,
but I'm saying
if
that,
the editing is great,
Right.
what makes it great that the overall final product doesn't win the final award?
I don't know. I'm not a member of the Academy yet. But when I do, I'll find out.
Yeah, please do. Please
And
do.
I'll report back here.
All right, very good. All right, we're at the bottom of the hour,
And who
number
the hell
2.
knows?
When we come back on the other side, we're just going to do some general bantering, kind of like what we're already doing right now.
we want to talk about some of the people who've passed away already in the beginning of this year.
Correct.
It's crazy.
It's a long list. You can Google the list of celebrities that have already passed from 2016. It'll come up on a Wikipedia page, and we're only going to touch on about 5 or 6 of them.
That's a lot, though.
But not when you look at the whole list from around the world of people who have passed. Anyway, we'll be back right after this. All right, welcome back. As a follow-up to the Oscars, as I'm looking at our reviewjournal.com page, lack of diversity in Oscar nomination prompts return of Hashtag Oscars so white.
Yes.
Oh, no, not again. For many movie fans, Thursday's Oscar nominations brought a dispiriting feeling of deja vu. For the second consecutive year, no minorities were nominated in any of the 4 acting categories.
Huh?
All right, just thought I'd share that for
Well,
lack of coattailing what we were just talking about. All right,
So should they be nominated just because they're a minority?
that's
I think Chris Rock is hosting the Oscars this year. Someone made the observation they've already written his monologue for him.
Well, yeah, that's a great point.
crazy. All right, we talked about it before going to break that the amount of recognizable people across the United States, across the world, just seems to be so fast happening this year.
Dropping like flies.
Shit, yeah, we're only 2 weeks into the year.
Yeah, and many of them are from cancer of some sort, which is the other trend that is disheartening. The latest one that came out here, and of course it rocks Vegas a little closer to home because Celine Dion and now her late husband Renee Angelil passed away today at age 73. Actually, he passed away. Yeah, it was today he passed away. He was 73 years old. Of course, lived in Henderson with Celine and her their 3 children. But they say he died of natural causes under the care of a doctor, but he was fighting cancer for a number of years.
Forever.
So Renee passes away. David Bowie passes away earlier this week. Alan Rickman, if you're a Harry Potter fan.
Not just Alan.
Well, not just that, but I mean,
right.
That's one of his recognizable roles.
Dogma.
David Margulies.
Adios.
Yeah.
That's, yippee-ki-yay. That's why I loved Alan Rickman.
David Margulies, who was a great character actor, played the mayor in the Ghostbuster movies.
Yep.
We talked about Lawrence Phillips earlier today. Pat Harrington played Schneider in One Day at a Time and many other roles across the board. It's sad that, I mean, in Natalie Cole, another one earlier that like on the first, she passes away. We lost a couple of former Major League ball players. One former Yankee pitcher, I saw the name and I can't remember, and one who played for the New York Giants baseball team.
Monty Irvin.
So, I mean, it's crazy. What's going on here, fellas?
Time's running out.
Death catches up to all of us.
I mean, is it just me, or does it seem that it's happening so fast with these deaths passing?
Yeah,
I mean,
this early in the year.
I mean, the list you read earlier of all those entertainers was crazy to see and hear some of the names on there and how old they are now. Bruce Springsteen, what was he, 66 or 67, you read?
66.
Billy Joel was in his mid-60s.
65.
Yeah.
Barry Manilow was 72. I mean, it's crazy to think that whole era, those names that he read off, the fact that Jerry Lee Lewis is still alive, I thought he was gone. Who was number 1 on that list that you had?
Chuck Berry at 89.
I thought
So did I.
I thought he was gone too.
But Tina Turner at 76.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Life expectancy is longer, and these are the people we grew up with. So I think it's hitting us a little harder that, people around our age are biting it.
Yep.
Biting it. Yeah, I guess so. I guess that is the case.
I think it's kind of sad too. Just seems sad.
Yeah, no, I absolutely. I agree with that wholeheartedly. It just is amazing. And now, some people took the death of David Bowie really hard.
Yeah.
For me, it was the last time that I kind of responded to one that touched me was Robin Williams a year and a half ago. But it's crazy now. These people, see, to me in my mind, when it's time to lose a Jerry Lewis, that's going to hit me hard. But forget about the fact he's knocking on the door to 90.
Yeah.
Marty Allen,
93,
92, 94, whatever it is. Don Hill, 93, 94 now.
Right.
These are we use the term with Tony incomparable, with Tony Martini, but these individuals that we're talking about here truly are part of American fabric. They've been around
and
for
helped
so long.
Shape the American fabric.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
I was watching yesterday on YouTube somebody had posted Sammy Davis Jr.'s version of the Candyman
Oh, the best.
from 1972, I think
And
it
Mr.
was.
Bojangles.
And then I followed
Even
that up by
better.
watching Mr.
Yeah.
Bojangles.
Even
the
better.
clip.
Yeah.
Right.
And when you think about such artistry in the skill set that these entertainers had, is gone.
And it almost does not exist anymore.
No.
I mean, the Jesus Christ. I mean, the Kardashians. I mean, for Christ's sakes,
No
come
question.
on. You know,
No question.
give me a break.
Totally agree. You know, there's no comparison of anybody today, in my opinion, that you can compare to those individuals
Right.
of yesteryear in the form of it. That's why it's funny. The Grammys were on 2 weeks ago. I didn't watch them because
Yeah.
I don't know any of them. It's not my music. It's not my style anymore. We don't have the old rock bands and pop music anymore that I listen to. I don't even watch the Grammys anymore. The Emmys, I kind of keep an eye on. Oscars out of intrigue. But the Grammys for Tonys, I don't watch it. I don't know nothing about all the plays on Broadway other than some names of shows. But it's just, I don't know if it's cyclical. I don't know what it is, but it's crazy that
Well, the
time is going.
The Grammys are dominated by hip hop and country music.
Mm-hmm. Which I don't like either.
There you go. That's your answer. then.
Right.
You know.
Absolutely. You know, but you know,
But at least country is music.
at least there's words you can understand.
Right.
And I agree with that.
And I saw something here a couple of years ago that rap and hip hop is a way of making music or making money in the music industry without making music.
A lot of people just think it's noise.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you listen to, Lawrence?
I'm more of an oldies person.
Okay.
When I drive to work here, I listen to one of the classic rock stations here
Yeah,
in town.
Like 97.1.
Exactly, yes.
That's what we need. We need to get more hard rock music on here. Along with what Alan's doing. It'll be a nice little... You know who I ran into the other day? Remember Anthony McBride, the DJ from L.A. that Guy Dawson introduced us to?
Yeah.
Ran into him at Albertsons over the weekend. I should be hearing from him next week to sit down and rekindle our discussion about getting
I
him
was
on our...
really surprised he didn't get it going.
Well, he's got involved in a couple other projects, but I threw some ideas out at him to take advantage of those other products and expand his branding.
There you go.
So hopefully we'll be able to sit down and hear from him. So, all right, any other final thoughts? Any other newsworthy topics you guys want to throw out there before we go to break and get ready for weird news? Anything in Vegas going on that you want to talk about?
I'm ready for the weird.
I mean, Dave Rice no longer your UNLV basketball coach.
Yeah, that was kind of sad. I mean, I was a supporter of Dave Rice. I felt that, and I still feel that the season was not lost, but there have been people that didn't want him from the beginning, and he had a rough couple of games, and they did what they felt they had to do.
Three of a Kind is playing out at the Cannery East on Friday and Saturday.
Who's Three of a Kind?
Bill DeLoach's group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I didn't know. I didn't remember the name of the group. Okay.
Now we're going to have some interesting guests coming up in the next couple of weeks.
I believe next week.
Yeah, we have the guy who runs the Bee Gees show, which is coming on its 5th year anniversary.
The Australian Bee Gees.
The Australian Bee Gees
Right.
show, and following that one, we have a whole bunch of bluegrass people coming in.
Yeah, we're gonna have bluegrass.
So we're gonna expand.
Bella Fleck.
We're gonna expand Mr. Phillips's musical experiences.
Do you want to let everybody know that things will be up for grabs next week with the Bee Gees so that people know to
Oh
prepare
my
to call
goodness!
in?
You better be prepared to call in. We got 10 sets of tickets. We've got 10 CDs for the show, and we also have the possibility of actually pre-recording a show with the actual stars of the Bee Gees show coming up in February to air on a special Vegas Unwrapped
Or stars.
special, or on
Stars.
Stars. Yeah, it could be really
Maybe
good.
both.
So we're excited about.
So get
a
ready to
couple of
call
those.
in next week to win tickets to the Bee Gees Australian show here in Las Vegas during our show next week. All right, with that, we're going to take our final break of the night and get ready for the part of the show where we realize we're not as bad off as we thought, with weird news from around the world coming at you right after this. All right, welcome back. Just perusing tonight's news topics in weird news, and there are some strange ones out there, Mr. Cash.
Right off the bat.
Yeah, here we go. Let's strum up the band for some weird news. All right, Mr. Cash.
I'm going to start off with the lead story because it's called Hard Times for Science. I want you to put your thinking caps on for this one. A tractor-trailer driver with a load of bottled water tried to make it over a historic bridge in Paoli, Indiana on Christmas Day with the obvious outcome when 35 tons of water starts across a limit of 6 tons span. The driver told the police she saw the 6-ton sign but didn't know how that translated to pounds. Anybody want to take a shot at how many pounds that should have been?
A lot.
Wait.
New math.
What was it? How many pounds? I mean, how many
6
tons?
tons.
6 tons, that's 12,000 pounds.
12,000 pounds.
And water weighs 7.5 pounds per gallon. And she had how many gallons of water?
35 tons.
35 tons
Oh, I can't even
of
begin
water.
to think
Holy
of that.
moly.
Yeah, so down it went.
Good God.
Go ahead, Aaron.
All right, I always like going to least competent criminals.
One of my favorite.
Nurse's aide Candace McCrae, age 36, is the most recent theft suspect to have worn some of the purloined jewelry when meeting police detectives investigating the theft. An assisted living resident in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, had described her missing gems, and McCrae was questioned as someone with access to the woman's room. Joshua Jordan, age 26, in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, became the most recent burglary suspect caught on surveillance video during the crime, wearing a shirt with his name on it, which, of course, was later found at Jordan's home, along with the stash from the December 2nd burglary.
How would you like to get in the middle of this argument between husband and wife? All right? Among the activists denouncing a proposed solar panel farm at a December Woodland, North Carolina town council meeting were a husband and wife certain that vegetation near the panels would die because the panels would, the husband said, suck up all the energy from the sun. His wife, described as a retired science teacher, explained that the solar panels prevent photosynthesis and also, of course, cause cancer. So what did the council do? They voted a moratorium on the panels. Oh,
I had read that.
How stupid.
And just
unbelievable.
Just-
Let's keep it going, man.
suck up all the energy
Psycho
from the sun.
people, I swear.
And those people can vote. That's what scares the crap out of me.
Aaron?
Yeah, I'm looking for the story that, okay. Under the category of bright ideas, in October, once again, police, this time in Liang in eastern China, arrested a man whom they accused of stealing women's underwear prolifically with a device likened to a fishing rod, enabling him to reach into windows and extract goodies, as they're called. The suspect, age 32, admitted to a 3-year scheme, and in his van, police found 285 bras and 185 panties. I guess the fish were biting that day.
Yeah. Here's a recent recurring theme. Paul Stenstrom of Tarpon Springs, Florida, is among the most recent Americans to have discovered the brightest side of federal bankruptcy law, having lived in his mortgaged home basically free of charge from 2002 until 2013 by using the law to stave off foreclosure. Even though none of his 15 petitions was ever approved, he followed each one immediately with another petition, and it wasn't until 2013 that one judge finally declared Stenstrom a serial abusive filer, barring further petitions for 2 years, at which point his bank was able to conclude the foreclosure. Upon expiration of the 2-year period in September 2015, Stenstrom quickly filed another for bankruptcy petition to be kept from being evicted from the townhouse whose rent he's 4 months behind. This guy is too much.
More core failings of carjackers. Albert Luna, age 19, was arrested in Coachella, California in December and charged with swiping the keys while a Federal Express driver was unloading a package. The driver reported that Luna later walked away when he could not figure out how to drive the truck. Oh, and here's a bonus on this story. The arrest report noted that during the entire episode, Luna was naked. Kyle Blair, age 25, was arrested in Surrey, British Columbia in November when he approached a car at an intersection and attempted to pull the driver out. For one thing, the two men in the car were later described as big burly guys and I just lost my internet connection, so I cannot finish the story, Mr.
They
Cash.
beat the crap out of him.
Here we go. Oh, wait, here it comes. Comes back up. I apologize. They were later described as big, burly guys, but more important, they were plainclothes police officers on a stakeout.
Nice going.
A stakeout.
In December, Carlos Aguilera, 27, became the most recent brain surgery patient to assist doctors by remaining conscious during his 12-hour operation and playing his saxophone to help assure the surgeons that their removal of the tumor was not affecting his speech, hearing, or movement. The operation at Spain's Malaga Regional Hospital was supposedly Europe's first, but News of the Weird has reported there were 2 in the United States, including a guitar-strumming man in 2013 at the UCLA Medical Center.
Nice.
Yeah,
Good old Euclid.
like it.
Last quick ones for me, almost no longer weird. Number 1, when a woman leaped to her death on December 12th from an apartment building in New York City, she, of course, landed on top of another woman, age 71, who was left in critical condition.
Oh, man.
And number 2, in December, Russia's independent RT news site, calling a story from the country's rural, far eastern coast, reported the most recent case of a declared dead man awakening in the morgue. After a harrowing few hours, the man returned to the site of the party to find his friends, quote, still drinking, but by this time commemorating him.
So it was only a few hours, not 3 days?
It was only a few hours, apparently. They changed the story midstream. What can I tell you? Anything else, Mr. Cash? How we got? We got 2 minutes. We down to the end?
All right, I'll have to do this. This is an insider, I guess. Mendel Epstein of Lakewood, New Jersey, is not the only rabbi suspected of being over-aggressive as he helps desperate wives obtain religiously proper divorces, but he will be headed to prison for 10 years after a federal court found that he used beatings, stun guns, and once an electric cattle prod to convince reluctant husbands that they should sign the papers. Orthodox Jewish wives cannot remarry properly without obtaining a get. And Rabbi Epstein apparently was very convincing. According to trial evidence, he used the devices of 4 thugs.
So he got the get by cattle prods.
Yes.
Nice.
He says, I guess I got caught up in my tough guy image.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, that does it for this episode of Vegas Unwrapped. Following us is BCN Talk with Robert and Gil and company. They'll be joining you in about 5 minutes. We want to thank Mary.
Aren't they going to be moving soon?
They're going to be moving to 7 p.m. on February. Their Thursday nights on February 4th.
Cool.
Want to thank Mary Romano Flinn for stopping by from CHICAGOANS in the desert, soon to be New York, New Jersey in the desert. Want to thank callers for calling in. Want to thank you for listening. Remember, next week we got the Bee Gees show folks coming in. Be prepared to call in and win tickets and music. Fellas, be kind to each other. Why is that?
We're all we got.
That's right.
Have a great week, everybody, for Vegas Unwrapped. See ya.